Today we will study about the second law of thermodynamics. We have already read about the first law of thermodynamics in our previous video. Now a quick revision is that the first law of thermodynamics tells us that heat is transferred from one system to another. Okay, and the second law of thermodynamics is what? The second law of thermodynamics tells us the direction of heat transfer. So the basic difference between the two laws is that the first law of thermodynamics only tells us that heat is transferred from system 1 to system 2 or the system 2 to system 1, but it doesn't tell us that heat is transferred in which direction. And this is the need of the second law of thermodynamics, that this second law tells us about the direction of heat transfer. The second law of thermodynamics is a general principle which places constraints about the direction of heat transfer and the attainable efficiencies of heat engine. So what is the basic of second law of thermodynamics? It tells us about the direction. This is the most important thing. ये आपको याद रखना है. Okay. Now, the second law of thermodynamics has been stated in various forms. Okay. Various statements has been given for the second law of thermodynamics. We will study a few, such as Kelvin-Planck's statement, Clausius statements, and in terms of entropy. What does Kelvin-Planck says about the second law of thermodynamics? It says that it is impossible to construct an engine which absorbs heat from the source completely and converts it completely into work. Okay, so basically what it says is that ऐसा इंजन बनाना इम्पॉसिबल है जो पूरी की पूरी हीट को एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है सोर्स से और उसको कम्प्लीटली वर्क में क्या करता है, चेंज करता है. ओके, नाउ द क्लॉसियस स्टेटमेंट. क्लॉसियस स्टेटमेंट क्या कहता है? अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्लॉसियस स्टेटमेंट, इट इज़ इम्पॉसिबल टू कंस्ट्रक्ट अ मशीन which can transfer heat from a low temperature to high temperature without external source of energy. Okay, and although it appears that the two statements are different, but indeed both the statements are equivalent to each other. And in terms of entropy, what does the entropy statement says about the second law of thermodynamics? According to this, an irreversible process always occurs in a direction in which the entropy of universe increases. But in reversible process, the entropy always remains unchanged, which is the second law of thermodynamics. All the three statements, although seems different, but all of these statements ultimately leads to the second law of thermodynamics. So this is the most precise form of the second law of thermodynamics, not in a very detailed way. Students, if you want a very detailed video on the thermodynamics, then let me know in the comment section. This is just a quick study of the thermodynamic law. Thank you, and subscribe to my channel.